And welcome back. John, watching Free Speech TV in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, John, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I hope scientists have learned their lesson that they should just not be totally in service of, whoever is going to pay their paycheck and pay it well because, they are really cutting their own throats in the end. And I think that, your point about the intelligentsia, that there is something definitely wrong. There is. Like, for instance, yourself, you're very liberally educated and you're able to talk about science and also able to talk about politics and philosophy and culture. And, that's where people should be at who do science. But often I've noticed my own personal experience that they're very pigeonholed and they have no idea about politics, history, culture, any of these other kinds of things because it's the way we're trained. And we used to be liberally, educated, and people had to know all of these things, but they don't anymore, and it's a big problem.
Yeah, and John, if I may insert, since you used me as an example, I'm not sure that, although I went to elementary school in the 1950s and junior high school and college in the 1960s, and so there was probably a little more diversity to my education than kids get today. But, frankly, I dropped out of college in less than a half a year. I dropped out of 2 colleges in less than half a year. So it's not like I've got some kind of liberal education. I learned this stuff just, paying attention and being a citizen in the era before Reagan. And the media actually there was a rich media landscape, and even the political dialogue, you go back to William Buckley's Firing Line kind of show, was actually highly diverse and multifaceted. And we've lost all that.
I do think that it's part of, since we have a neoliberal, political structure, we're training people to be useful tools. We're not really encouraged. I mean, you've taken that upon yourself to, make yourself liberally educated. You can either do it yourself or you can, attend a liberal arts college. I mean, I'm not saying that only people who are liberally educated have any knowledge, but the fact of the matter is so many people are pigeonholed in their useful tools and they're bought off. And, it's really kind of, it's too bad. And scientists are, often bought off. I mean, most of them that I meet are very conservative, unfortunately, politically.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I lived in New Mexico for many years, so the scientists that I met usually were...
Oh, well, they were working on atomic projects.
Yeah, atomic projects. And then, my brother is a scientist, works for the Bureau of Land Management, regulatory agency, and he comes from a business background, so he's very, he doesn't have any respect for environmentalists. I don't even broach the subject with him because he's so prejudiced. And that I work in medicine, and I've noticed that a lot of people are there, because it's for very selfish reasons. They don't understand care. It's interesting in that march, they had Native American scientists, and they very much understand the connection between their own religious backgrounds, their own cultural background, and science. And they know that water is more important than making money. And where did they get that? They have a wisdom. And where do you get wisdom? You get wisdom from, understanding all of knowledge and how it fits together.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Well said, John. Thank you very much for the call. We'll be right back.